Hello, everyone. This is Steven Sykes again, just offering some news and views, as they say. First off, LP Pride. Hey, just happen to be wearing the shirt. I didn't do it on purpose for the video, I promise. I wanted to pass along some information. Some people were asking why I'm harsh on Mr. Barack Obama, and why do I feel some of the things towards him as harshly as I do. And there's some things that he's done that I'm just not feeling, actually quite a few different things. And I feel like he's taken advantage of a lot of different things regarding our culture and the vote, that people were going to vote for him and things like that. And when he got in, he didn't do all these things regarding change. This is probably going to be part one of a two-part, maybe three-part video, and go along. So I apologize, but bear with me. And I'm going to try to present some views as points as much as possible. One, he's always talking about schools and how much the education is important and rebuilding our school system and things like that. One of the halfway decent things that Bush did was there's No Child Left Behind, but the problem with it is just underfunded. You see these grassroots programs with other schools, such as in New York or Chicago or what have you, where they have these after-school programs, extra learning classes. Sometimes the students are being paid, whatever the case may be. Enrichment type stuff that you can go towards credits or just keeping kids active besides sports. And these programs are not funded, and it's like, what's the heck? You need to fund these programs. Also, you need to get rid of this SOLs and stop, and just find some way to stop it or modify it. These teachers are so now focused on unfairly getting these SOLs and passing SOLs, but not actually teaching, being allowed to teach, I should say, and using each individual teacher's skills and things, and thus you're pigeonholing everybody to do a certain thing, and not all teachers are going to teach a certain way, and you're making it very hard for teachers. You did all this big money with the bailout, $67 billion. You know, each state is at least $4 billion in a whole. Why not take $4 billion for each state, 50 states, $200 billion? Why not just go ahead and give them to bail out money from taxes, or print the money or what have you, instead of the banks? That was cheaper. And you talk about it, you know, let me be perfectly clear, as you say all the time, and, you know, help out the schools. Another thing that you did early in your presidency with your executive order that Mr. Obama did was this women's equal pay right. Now, the problem I have with it, great bill, great idea, but how are you going to enforce it? Is there any oversight committee? No. That's plenty of jobs right there. Create a commission to go along with that you know, monitors everybody's pays and make sure men and women are getting paid for equal pay, equal value. It's not like they're going to be really inclined to say, hey, yeah, let me report you all your information, and you say, well, we have the EEOC and things like that, but we all know how the process goes. I've worked at the EEOC, and in some cases it's right, in some cases it's not. It's just the process is slow. And also you have the labor divisions of each state. Please, we all know how backed up they are. So really, there was not enough thought planning going into that. This healthcare fiasco, and that could be a big thing to explain. But basically, my thing is this: everybody needs to have health care. Give us the same thing that the senators and congressmen and the people in office have, or bring our health care system up to their level, one or the other. You know, everybody should have health care. But now I don't agree with this thing that you're going to penalize people, because some people just, for whatever reason, don't want it. That's on them. But the issue is, you want everybody to have health care, but you want to penalize it if we can't afford it. And you say, oh, we're going to be subsidized somehow. Really? Are you really going to do that? That just makes no sense. And then I can see it now. It's bad enough if you don't pay some court bill or whatever. You want to take your license, throw it in jail. Oh, so what are you in jail for? Child support? No. Did you hurt somebody? No. I didn't pay my health care bill, so I went to court. I had bills and rent or whatever, food, and now I'm in jail, or they suspended my license. You know, driving on suspended license because of health care. please. I can see it coming. This whole thing with credit card fiasco, this is really different and really stupid. Oh, also, I'm sorry. Let me show you this. Anybody who has asthma, deal with anybody with asthma. You see this right here? An inhaler. Now, the regular albuterol Ventolin inhaler. Now, before there used to be bigger, the normal size everybody knows was this big. And depending where it is, $25, $50, whatever. But now they charge you the same price for half the price. You see the junk that the healthcare industry is doing? Anyway, back with the credit card fiasco. You went through this big deal with Congress to do these credit card things, but you waited too long to get it enacted. And now, between then, July, August until February and January, they came out new trickery ways and just nasty ways going about charging people, raising rates, putting restrictions. So they just forcing you to do debt, have a debt. If you don't have a credit card or credit, you're in trouble because you have to have credit to do anything these days. But if you don't spend enough money, they get after you. If you don't do enough for payments, they're going to try to cut off the days. All this different stuff and the penalties. Why? You should have a government commission to oversight these credit card companies to approve these rules before it's passed on to the government. To the customers. Ding, 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 ding. So now these new rules that they come up really don't mean a hill of beans to them. Pass them. They don't care because now they find other ways to charge people. This stupid Cash for Clunkers program. All that did, be perfectly honest. Now, did some people use it properly? Yes, but most people didn't. Being greedy and foolish, to be honest with you. People with SUVs got same SUVs that got a few gallons more, and really everybody need to get off the SUV kick anyway, unless you have some really valid reason. I mean, not valid. Not saying you want to keep up on the road to look good with everybody else, or you're scared somebody gonna run you over, whatever. Unless you're in the middle of the mountains, you're driving in the snow, whatever. There's quite a few good valid reasons, but still, this Cash for Clunkers, you didn't set a good mandate, not no 2 and 4 mile different. Really, if you had an SUV, you're not going to get a discount unless you get something at least 29, 30 miles a gallon. If you already had a car that's like 25 and above, unless you buy a car that's like 33 miles and above. But no, you just made more money for other countries at the time. Again, with these bailouts. You did all these bailouts and you just say, save all these other companies. I'm trying to think of the company. Lehman Brothers, you didn't want to help them out. And then when they went down, everything else went down. And so, you give all these bailouts, but you didn't put enough restrictions on when they give it back and all this other stuff. Some gave them money back and everything, but please. And then you saw systematically all these banks every single day for a good while. Banks after banks after banks were just falling by the wayside. And you're putting people out of business. And as far as I don't understand the purpose of a bailout when your actions put people in a bad position. I wouldn't mind a bailout if you gave it to the hundreds and thousands of people, spread it out. I know 300 million spread across 5,000-10,000 people may not be that much, but it's something. Give it to them, not to all the rest of the people that you really didn't help. And that was really unfair, really foolish, and everything else. So that's something that they need to do. I see this is going to be a multi-part video. So I'll get ready and prep this for part 2. Have a good one.